Yep, that's the view from my tent site. Heading out of camp. How's that for a view? If you have to go up switchbacks, hope they have views like these. At least I'm warming up. It's pretty cold. I saw a little frost this morning. It's going to be a beautiful day today. Again, still in the Sierra. Still expect it to be hard. Lots of climbs. I don't think I have a pass to go over today, but I do have mountains to go over, smaller. And I have Red's Meadow to go through, which is supposed to be amazing. And then I'm going to set myself up to go into town. I will have to go over Mammoth Pass, a big mountain, to get into town. So don't know if I'll do that today or if I'll do that the first thing in the morning, but I'll set myself up to get to town tomorrow. I'll be going into Mammoth Lakes to resupply. Lots of water along the trail after all the rain we've had every afternoon. Last night I got my tent set up just in time. It started raining just about as soon as I got in it. But it didn't rain for very long or very hard. They cleared off. Boy, there's some big mountains ahead of me. Can you see those? They're kind of in the clouds. I will be climbing that mountain tomorrow. That's Mammoth Mountain. And I have to go off trail and go over Mammoth Pass to get out of the Sierra to get to a parking lot that will get me into town. And it's an extra, I think at least 5 miles over a mountain just to get food. So update on the Nemo pad situation. You know, it burst 2 days before I got to Kennedy Meadows North. So when I got there and had service, I let them know, sent them pictures, told them what happened. And the customer service was awesome. They said, we will send you a new pad. Let us know where you will be next in about 7 days, which is this next stop I'm making at Mammoth Lakes. So just got service this morning and checked to see, if it had arrived. And there was a confirmation that they had sent it to my home in South Carolina instead. So when I was in Kennedy Meadows North, I had to have a pad. So I bought $100, which was overpriced, climate insulated pad, which is not really insulated. I think it has an R value, an insulation value of 2, and my last one was 8.5 or something like that, the Nemo one. So I've been cold. You can feel the cold from the ground coming up underneath the pad. Plus it's really a thin pad, and I'm a side sleeper, so my hips touch through the pad, touch the ground, which also is cold and doesn't feel so good. So now I don't have a pad in this town, and the temperatures are dropping every day. By the end of the week, it's going to be in the 20s. Today, it was in the upper 30s. So I may have to buy another pad in town. I did let Nemo know that they had mailed it to the wrong address. So I don't know what they're going to do. I'm waiting to hear back. I still have service, but of course they're not open this early in the morning. To see if maybe it could be overnighted and be there tomorrow when I get there, or if I could pick up the same pad from a retailer, if one of the retailers, there's an outfitter there, if maybe the outfitter has a pad, the same pad, or a different Nemo pad even that would be maybe not quite as good, but something, because I can't keep using this climate uninsulated pad in this cold weather. That's why I got a good pad and spent a lot of money on that pad, because it's for winter conditions. Whole new view. I've walked past all those other mountains. Still walking toward the big one in the clouds, Mammoth Mountain. Getting down into Red's Meadow. There's some parking lots. However, the road's supposed to be closed for construction. And I've been hearing a lot of construction noises too. So I do see a car parked down there. That sharp pointy mountain, that's the one I just came around. I didn't go over the top of it, but I went around it. That's my next challenge. Now they're pretty big. It's not going to be too bad. I can do it. Soon I'm going to get to the Middle Fork San Joaquin River Bridge, which is out. And there is a PCT detour there. I go a different way. I'd rather take the PCT if I can, but that means a ford of what could be a dangerous river. So I'm going to look at it when I get there and see. Some of the recent comments say it's not too deep, but then we've had rain a little bit every day the last 3 days in the afternoon. So I don't know. Pretty cool thing you may not know is that just like with the miners and the settlers, pack teams are really important out here because it's so remote. So along all these trails, you have to look for road apples and areas where the hooves have damaged the trail. I'm sure it's a nightmare for the trail maintainers, but they do a really good job. But yeah, to get supplies in and out, they rely a lot on mule trains. There are only a few places with road access. And if you want to have your resupply delivered by a mule with a cowboy, you can have that done too. All you have to do is mail your stuff, your food and stuff, to a ranch, and they'll bring it out to you at certain spots on the trail for a small fee, of course. And I think that small fee is like around $100. So it's pretty expensive to have it delivered to you out here, but you know, if that's the only way you can do it and you can't carry a heavy load, that's one way to do it. It's by horse or mule. Well, there's that creek crossing, or this one. Which one do you think I'll choose? Definitely not the high log. It might be necessary when it's flowing heavier, but right now it's just an easy rock hop. That's the river. I haven't got to the crossing yet, but right now it doesn't look good. We'll see what happens later. That's deep right there. I'm kind of walking along it. Attention PCT hikers and other trail users. The trail beyond this sign is closed due to bridge construction. And you can hear it going on. Well, that answers that question. Please use the short detour to your left to get back on the trail and avoid the work area. Well, this takes us down through a campground. And there's the PCT sign. I go this way. I've been doing a lot of cutting of dead trees in here. That's good. It won't fall on anybody while they're camping. Well, this is the official PCT for now. So far, this detour has been a roadblock. Came out onto a blacktop road that says it's a bus stop. Now the PCT, according to that tree, goes back into the woods for a ways. Been doing a lot of work in here, making huge log piles, which are too close to trees to burn. So I don't know what they're gonna do with them. Maybe just leave them there? I don't know. Seems like a huge fire hazard. But maybe it was more of a fire hazard before they trimmed out all the dead trees. But this has been the way it is almost the entire way, whether I was on the road, in a campground, or, on a trail. The roads and campgrounds are closed for the season. So it's just the guys working on the bridge. I saw their truck, and PCT hikers. That's about it in here. It's very quiet other than the wind. And I'm the only PCT hiker I've seen. Well, that doesn't look good. Those storm clouds. It was supposed to be nice today, but that doesn't look good for going over Mammoth Pass. The high winds and really dark, stormy clouds. I only have about 5 more miles to go to get to the last campsite before Mammoth Pass. So that may be all I do today. That would be maybe 14 miles. Well, if you're thinking about skipping part of the PCT, this would be the section. There's nothing pretty about it. Just piles of dead logs for miles. And the ground's all, beat up from the machinery. Oh wait, I take that back. Here's something pretty. A lake. But then you look down. Piles of wood. More piles of wood. More piles of wood. They're everywhere. It did get a little prettier walking around the lake. I'm on the other side of the lake now from where I was. I was way over there. Well, this is Red's Meadow, all closed up, boarded up for the season. Normally there's a general store here where you can buy food and everything that you need so you don't have to go into town to resupply. Back on the regular PCT, and it's raining. This is the third time I've had my umbrella out. Keeps starting to rain, quits. Starts and quits. Hiking through an old burned area. All the big trees have fallen down. Some new little ones are starting to grow. See that red volcanic cone on the top of that mountain? I'm headed to Red Cone Campsite. So I assume it's somewhere below that. I know it's been raining hard for a while with wind blowing. Thunder and lightning just started. I'm getting into the trees, so I'll be safer than in this exposed area. All uphill. I have a little over a mile left. Up out of the valley. And the sun came out for a second. And the rain quit for a second, but there's still thunderclouds everywhere. So I wouldn't be surprised if it starts again soon. Still going up. Whatever I go up today, I don't have to go up tomorrow. But boy, this has been a long mile. Let me tell you. There's that red cone. We're almost there. I didn't realize we were going to be climbing all the way up to it though. Oh, that's a beautiful site. Beautiful campsite. Some more campsites over here. And this beautiful little stream. Even though the bridge looks broke, I think it's still a rock hop. Hopefully I can keep my feet dry. That is hail. All hail. That's what's been hitting my tent. Wow, look how much there is now. That's all hail.